In Alamogordo, New Mexico, I'm Rosa Román, and this is New Mexicast. Welcome back to New Mexicast, everyone. After living on a boat, mostly in the Bahamas, for the past 10 months, I am finally back in New Mexico. We just took a cross-country trek to get here with 2 little girls and a German Shepherd. It was an exhausting trip, which really put this next story into perspective. We drove in relative comfort with lots of help along the way, more than 3,000 miles. I can't imagine making that trek on a bicycle. But that's exactly what the man I'm just about to introduce you to was doing when we met. But it's not what he was doing, but why, that really makes him one of the most inspiring, uplifting people I've ever had the pleasure of knowing. This episode and this gorgeous New Mexicast logo are brought to you by FoundationImaging.net, where they transform your engineering, architectural, and entrepreneurial visions into compelling photorealistic renderings. You will be amazed at what they can do for you. As big rigs barrel down Interstate 40's 374 miles across the state of New Mexico, they find wide-open vistas, breathtaking views, and posted speed limits of up to 75 miles an hour. This is not a highway for the faint of heart or slow-moving Sunday drivers. But as heat waves dance across the hot I-40 pavement near Gallup, New Mexico, there is an unexpected sight beside the 18-wheelers. A brave lone cyclist named Charlie Wyche. Day in and day out, he pedals, slowly and steadily making his way across vast distances.
I have 800 and, well, when I camp tonight, I'll probably have 800 or 902 miles.
Today? I mean, this trip?
This trip, yes.
And how many did you do today?
Well, so far I've done about 35 so far.
That's amazing.
But I'm shooting for 44.
From his home in Teague, Texas, this 65-year-old plans to ride this bicycle some 2,600 miles, a seemingly impossible goal, which he's confident he can accomplish because he's done it once before.
This is the second one. Last year I went to Craig, Montana, which is 2,007 miles from my front door, and that took 43 days. And then this one, Lord willing, I'll end up in Oak Harbor, Washington, on Whidbey Island.
As this longtime sailor now cruises the land,
I'm a retired U.S. Navy, and I'm retired merchant seaman. I was a tugboat. I worked in tugboats when I got out of the Navy. Now I'm a landlubber.
He doesn't need much to keep a smile on his face. Where do you sleep along the way?
Right there.
On the ground?
Yeah. Of course, I much prefer cornfields. See, that hadn't been plowed up, so it's kind of hard. But a cornfield, it's all plowed up, and it's just the nicest bed you ever laid down on.
Charlie's bright spirit is to draw attention to the hunger problem in America.
I've passed through a lot of farming districts over my life, and what I see more and more is vegetables piled alongside the road rotting. Now the Bible tells us that we're not supposed to pick up the sheaves that falls. That we're supposed to leave it for the gleaners. Well, they're not offering it to the gleaners. There's a lot of people out there. I mean, I don't know the statistics. I'm not a scientist. Okay, I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying to get the message across. Let's help one another.
But if you think Charlie is a man down on his own luck looking for a handout, think again.
I don't take donations. I'm encouraging people to donate to their local food banks and to stay aware that we got a hunger problem. It's going to keep getting bigger too with the unemployment the way it is.
Every mile he pedals, he does out of love for his fellow man.
It's not time to give up on the human race. It's time to get together and work on things and get it back in the order it belongs. I could go to City Hall, our county seat, just about any county seat, and apply for not a loan, but a grant to build a monument to somebody that crossed some river 200 years ago and died doing it, or lived doing it. And probably within 6 months or a year, I would get it. If I went to City Hall and asked for money to feed hungry people, they'd laugh me out of the building. It seems that we're more interested in the dead and the gone than we are the here and the living.
So the next time you see your speedometer push past 70 miles an hour along the open highway, perhaps you will take a moment and think of Charlie pedaling along. And perhaps he will inspire you to slow down long enough to leave some spare change with your local food bank.
Doesn't take your dollar bills, just your pocket change. The 2 or 3 cents that you leave at a gas station. You know, because you don't like pennies in your pocket. I pick up pennies and nickels all over the road, where people just throw them out the window. They don't think a penny's worth anything.
But it is.
It is. And they turn into dollars real quick if you just put them aside.
If you do that, every mile he has pedaled will have been worth it as far as Charlie's concerned.
God bless you. Keep on keeping on. You just got to keep working with it, you know. Times change, people change. You can't give up.
It looks like you're not giving up.
No.
Along I-40 near Gallup, New Mexico, for New Mexicast, I'm Román. Unfortunately, Charlie never made it to Washington State. He got as far as Nevada, and police there sent him home, saying he was not allowed to cross state highways on his bicycle. I wish I could say he just hopped on his bike and gave it another go, but the truth is Charlie's story took a terrible turn a few months ago when he was hit while riding his bicycle in Texas by a Ford Explorer. He suffered brain trauma and his loved ones feared the worst. But I am happy to report that he is on the road to recovery. He's making great progress, and I spoke to him just a short while ago. He tells me he's staying positive and giving his physical therapists a run for their money. It's not clear whether or not he'll ever actually ride long distances again, but again, he is positive and he's surrounded by loved ones. Now, many of you know I hate to be the bearer of bad news, so I'm hoping we can turn this kind of sad ending into a very positive thing by being inspired and go down to our local food banks to donate something so that all of Charlie's efforts will not be in vain. Thank you to all of you, the best viewers in the world. I'm Román.
Like a dream I had.
New Mexicast theme song is New Mexico by Dorian Spencer. Additional support for New Mexicast provided by Should I do it like this? Is that okay?
That's fine.
I'm sure no one will mind.
Good arms.
After living on a boat in the Bahamas for 3, 2, 1.
It's not hot, is it? It's 110 in the Bahamas. It's cooler. I mean, 110 here. It's cooler in the Bahamas.
3, 2, 1. There's a sight for sore eyes. It's Charlie. How awesome. How awesome. Hello.
Oh, there's you.
It is me. Hi.
Oh, you got a camera this time,
I
ain't you?
do. How fantastic to see you.
Oh, nice to see you also.
Thank you.